Now that I've had my dessert and a good meal, I'm gonna head to Lagomarcino's East Village location to see the secret behind their success. Daniel, I had a great time at your downtown Moline location, and now we're getting into, this is where the fun happens, I guess? I mean, or at least the birth of the fun. How about that?
Yeah, sure.
So this is your chocolate chip kitchen. This is in your downtown East Village, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me, a lot of production happens out of this location.
Yeah, so all of our, pretty much all of our chocolate production happens here. Over at our Moline location, we still have a candy kitchen where we make the centers. Sydney's running toffee in the other room that would have been made in our Moline store, and then brought over here to run it in chocolate. We've kind of, both of these locations were sort of pretty tight, and we got a lot of we make a lot of candy here. So eventually, hopefully, we can get production together so that we don't have kind of the back and forth.
Yeah, going back and forth, I'm sure that's difficult.
It's interesting, yes,
yeah.
Especially when we have stuff at the bridge.
So I'm seeing this little river of chocolate that you got going on behind you. What are we doing here?
Okay, so these are our two chocolate conditioners. This one here's in milk chocolate. This one's in dark chocolate. They just bring the chocolate into what's called temper, so it runs it through a very specific temperature cycle over time to make sure that we get a good snap and we get a really nice shiny finish. So right now both of these machines are in temper. They're pumping chocolate as a process to keep that chocolate in temper, and we can make some mold. So we do molded chocolates on this, as well as truffles and bonbons and stuff.
And just rolling right over it. Okay. So can you demonstrate a mold for me?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is our Lago mold. I'm going to use this machine that's in dark chocolate. So I'm just going to stop the flow of chocolate here for a moment. Usually, if I was doing a bunch of these, this can meter out a specific amount of chocolate. Here, I'm just going to eyeball it. Maybe grab a little bit more for that corner.
It's almost like spackle. Jeez.
A little bit, yes. So we're just going to clean that off, and then this is going to get a little loud for a second.
Okay.
So now I'm just vibrating this mold to release any bubbles that might have attached to a surface. Yeah.
Okay.
So just give that a tap, and then we're going to clean up these sides here a little bit.
Save all the chocolate you can, please.
That's right. Yes. So then this is filled. We're just going to let this chocolate set up a little bit at room temperature, and then it goes into a refrigerator to finish. Might sit in there for 15 minutes, and we pull it out.
Oh, that's all it takes?
Yeah.
Oh, really? It settles really fast.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh. So it's it'll set up pretty quick once it cools down. Once it gets down to about 60 degrees or so, it'll demold really easily. So I'm just going to set this on this table over here. Hopefully I don't ruin your guys' shot, but here we go.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do we got going on here?
So this is our enrobing machine.
Enrobing?
Enrobing.
Enrobing, like I'm putting on a robe.
Exactly.
I'm putting on a robe of chocolate.
Yes,
that's,
exactly.
Okay, that's what's going on here.
So similar idea. We have a chocolate conditioner, and then it pumps the chocolate up into this trough, which creates a curtain of chocolate. Then our pieces right now, we're running our English toffee. They just go through the chocolate. They'll go down a cooled conveyor belt. And then we'll unpack it. Sydney's marking the toffee, which helps it with its shine.
Gives a little bit of
little texture, and
sure.
Helps it reflect light a little better. Looks a little bit more appealing, a little more finished that way.
So how much chocolate are you guys pumping out of this location? How much? I mean, it seems like it's a lot.
A lot. I mean, obviously, chocolate's a very seasonal business, but during the holiday season, we'll do thousands and thousands of pounds of chocolate, usually anywhere from High water mark will run 400 pounds a day during the Christmas season, but typically every day we're doing at least 200 pounds.
At least 200 pounds of chocolates a day.
Yeah.
And then the ice cream as well. Are you doing that at this location?
So our ice cream's made at our Moline location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, 200 pounds of chocolate a day. Yeah, I couldn't keep up with that.
No, it is quite a process. Yeah, and when it's really running, sometimes you need a couple people at the end catching it and taking the pieces off the end of the belt. But
Yeah, so that 200 pounds, I mean, is that all retail sales? Or are you doing special order stuff as well?
so we do retail and wholesale. So we sell probably our furthest wholesale account is in Connecticut. And then, but then we also have some local shops here that utilize our candy as well. And then a lot of retail, we do ship worldwide. So during the 2020 was probably our height of shipping because a lot of people weren't traveling. We shipped 7,500 packages that year. So yeah,
Wow.
a lot going.
It's a lot of chocolate worldwide.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. Daniel, you and your family have such a wonderful, rich history, and it's a sweet history as well. And I'm really impressed by everything you're doing here. Just a lot of fun and a lot of way you're keeping that tradition alive, and that's something I really appreciate. Thanks for having us in.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming in, guys. We appreciate it.
Lagomarcino has a rich history and a sweet history, and I'm glad I got a little taste of it here on QC Eats.